And do we all feel a moral obligation to finance the police state we see growing up all over the place? Trouble is, we've forgotten a very important secret. And the founders, a bunch of them referenced it, but even they didn't seem to fully grasp it. Here it is. I have to say it quietly. It's a secret. You own yourself. Oh, you've heard that secret?
And this country.
You own yourself. Now, when I say that to almost anybody, they say, well, of course I do.
And the country.
Are you sure you think that? Yeah, of course I do. Of course I own myself. So you own your time and effort. Yeah. So what you produce with your time and effort, no one has the right to take that from you by force without your consent, right? Oh, of course not. What if they call it taxes? Oh, that's different. No, it's not. It is not different. If you own yourself, someone calling himself government, someone calling his demands laws and taxes or anything else, it is still theft. And there are some radical wackos in history like Frederick Bastiat who did a great job of explaining that obvious truth, a truth that is completely lost on the vast majority of Americans. And I could go down the list for ages, which I'm not going to do. If you own yourself, would you have to pay rent for the property you already bought? No. What if it's called property taxes? If you own yourself, doesn't that imply, and if you have the right to life, liberty, and property, they changed the last one to happiness because it sounded more poetic. Initially, it was going to be life, liberty, and property, because property is essential to freedom. If I can't make something and own it myself, then what good is my time worth to me if it doesn't belong to me? So back when it was called life, liberty, and property, if you have the right to those things, doesn't that sort of imply you have the right to defend those things against all aggressors? What if the aggressors say, well, we're government and this is law? You know, everybody can see if some thug comes to your house and points a gun at you and says, hand it over because I want it, then it's perfectly okay to defend yourself. But if they call it government and they call it law and they call it taxes, suddenly everyone's perception drastically changes. Suddenly the guy who produced it, who says, wait, I produced this, I want to keep it, he's the evil, nasty, greedy criminal. And the thug pointing a gun at him to say, nope, sorry, goes to the politicians, he's the noble law enforcer. When did our perception of reality get so messed up? Now, I'm going to finish it up here. Hope I riled up enough people already. The concept of freedom and being able to defend your liberty sort of implies you have the right to have the ability to defend your liberty. Now, I have an email list, and a while ago I sent a thing to the list that says, I want every American to have the ability to forcibly resist federal agents. As you may expect, it freaked out some people who work over there. And I suspect it would freak out most of the country. What are you talking about? You want people to have the ability to kill law enforcers? Is that what you're saying? Yep. I'm not saying go out and slaughter them wildly. I'm saying you should have the ability. And 233 years ago, some guys explained why and demonstrated why you should have that ability. But as scared as people are of that concept, what's the alternative? That you should not have the ability to resist your own government. Which of those scares you more? Because I got to tell you, the idea of a people incapable of protecting itself from its own government, that's really scary to me. You have one obligation as human beings, and it goes directly against almost everything you've been taught in school and in society and in the media and everywhere else. Your obligation is to judge right and wrong for yourselves and to act accordingly. And if somebody says, no, I'm the boss, I'm in charge, I'm authority, I lay down the law, you do this, you have the right to say, no, I'm not going to do the wrong thing just because the law tells me to. And when they huff and puff and say, you're nasty criminals and scofflaws and malcontents and horrible people that you would dare to disobey authority, you tell them, you're not the boss of me. Thank you.
If this speech got your attention and you're ready for more ideas you won't hear in the mainstream media, grab a copy of Larkin Rose's new novel, The Iron Web. The Iron Web is a gripping adventure story that you won't want to put down, but it's also likely to shake up some of your favorite assumptions and longest-held beliefs. Many books entertain people. The Iron Web is the kind of book that changes people. Do you dare to read it?